Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. Thanks for watching. My name's Rich Tehrani, and we are at the Telex CBX 2010 event at the Marriott Marquis in New York. And on our program today is Sean Charnock, who is the VP of Business Development at SoftLayer. Sean, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about your company, please?
Sure. SoftLayer is a virtualized data center services company, also known as an infrastructure as a services company. And we focus on abstracting the data center out of the day-to-day processes of organizations that don't need to be into that business. So we take everything data center centric up to the OS level, from a compute network, broadband, the data center facilities, all of the elements that go along with that, and we abstract that to the customer, wrap it all together, and then give that to them on a month-to-month basis, or even as granular as hourly now with cloud computing.
So does that allow them to expand their server requirements in a virtual manner, or do they need to still deal with individual virtualized servers that run out of compute power or hard disk? How does that work?
Sure. So SoftLayer took the position that it's really a hybrid approach for us. We truly believe that virtualized cloud computing, dedicated servers, they all reside and have a needed function within an organization's IT specific needs. So what we've done is we've said we're going to offer all three of those under the same single pane of glass, so that a customer has the ability to virtualize when needed, use cloud to burst when needed, but also have dedicated hardened applications on dedicated infrastructure. We've taken the position that across those boards, using this hybrid methodology, you have the ability to have everything at your fingertips. And again, if you need to instantaneously increase, you can do that. If you need to take an application that was for dev and test on the cloud and harden it and put it on dedicated infrastructure, you can do that. And it's all seamless within how you operate with us.
Now, in terms of cost, how does this compare to a traditional method of maybe loading your own servers in a data center?
Sure. So obviously there's a big, with the world as it is today, CapEx versus OpEx is really at the forefront of decision-making processes. We tend to come in at a very, very economical number for organizations that typically have to look at, it's not just servers that they're buying, but they have to build networks, they have to add bandwidth to this, they have to do security. And what we try to alleviate is the fact that you can tell me that you're paying X for a server, and I'm giving that to you on a month-to-month basis for Y. We all understand that, but what you have a trouble quantifying is how do you allocate the dollars associated with all of the ancillary products and services that we're layering on this month-to-month service contract. So I typically tell people I can't be beat at a TCO analysis, and it's not because it's an arrogant thing or anything. It's just the nature of what we do and how large we are now, the size and scale of us. We just have a better opportunity to give that to you at a more economical price.
Because you have best practices in place across all of your customers. And how big of a company do you have right now?
So today we have north of 25,000 servers under management. In a typical month, we're adding 500 to 1,000 net new servers to our fleet. We have 3 data centers: Dallas, Texas, Washington, D.C., and Seattle, Washington. Very soon, we're going to add San Jose, and we're also looking at international expansion pretty soon. With Telex, and the reason that we're here at the Telex show is we've also done a nationwide network that we've built in geographical locations that are all interconnected via dark fiber. So we've added the major cities such as New York, Atlanta, Miami, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, along with the cities that we're currently in our data centers, interconnected all those, and it's really a quality of service play for us. We want the customer to feel that they can get on net as quick as possible and utilize our services to the best of their abilities. So.
It's very exciting. And so you have a lot of trends going in the right direction, right?
Correct.
Just everyone moving to cloud and everyone looking for reduced CapEx expenditures. So if you were to look 5 years into the future, 10 years into the future, are there any other things that you could share with me about what you think is going to happen?
Yeah, from our perspective, we want to be in a position where we're not threatening an IT staff. We're really augmenting what they do. We really try to alleviate the pain points that when we're talking to our customer base, and we call those the subject matter experts, the SMEs. Those are not the decision makers necessarily, but they are the influencers to the decision maker. So we want to embed our practices and our products and services to those guys who find a true function out of it, who will then go up the channel into their own organization and say, this is something we need to adopt. So I see over the next 5 years us becoming kind of a default standard for these guys without a threat to really, we're not there to replace them. We're here to help them become better at their jobs.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
Very
it.
nice to meet you.
Thanks.